So there were riots in Milwaukee, and it was mayhem. That's the best way to put it. They burned down a gas station. They burned down a couple other buildings. They burned down a cop car. They hit a cop with a brick, and they injured him. He had to go to the hospital. So it's absolute chaos. There was an armed black man who was shot by police, and this was this is what happened after. And initially it was just protests, and then it turned to riots, and then absolute mayhem. There's some videos on YouTube. There's one that's just on a guy's cell phone, and it's very revealing of how destructive this event was. And it could have been way worse. People could have died, but thankfully no one did. As far as we know, I don't know if how the cops doing, but they didn't say make it seem like he was in critical condition. So I'm going to be optimistic on that one. But no one died, fortunately, but it could have been so much worse. And all I have to say is it's despicable. These are ignorant people. They have no idea what they're doing. The most counterproductive thing you could do. They should be condemned, of course. Now, with all that being said, I know how people are going to react. People are going to take this one instance, and they're going to generalize it to all the protests of Black Lives Matter, all of that. And that is an immature way of thinking. People who hate this movement and Black Lives Matter and this whole deal about race, they're going to say, oh, look what Black Lives Matter leads to, look what this leads to. But they missed the point completely. No, that's what the killing of black people disproportionately leads to. That's what the oppression leads to. That's what they don't see. They completely miss the point. They're completely blind to it. And as much as I hate what happened here, and it was despicable, this is what happens. This is what happens when people get oppressed. It's shown throughout history. If you feel enough oppression, then you will strike out. You will get riots. You will get mass protests. That's what happens. It is natural. And it's unfortunate that riots are natural, but if people are oppressed enough, then that's what will happen sometimes. And as much as, like I said, I disagree with this completely. It is terrible. But that's what happens. And then people will go on and say that, oh, well, black people are equal. They have equal rights. But in reality, no, they don't have. They're not equal at all. In reality, they have less funding for their communities. In reality, they don't get as good of an education. In reality, their kids are charged as adults at much higher rates than white kids. And that puts them behind the eight ball before they're even an adult. So how do you expect people to get ahead and not feel oppressed if you never even give them the chance? That's exactly what we see in society. It's amazing in 2016 that it's still as prevalent as it has been for so many years.
'Cause I'm a ride maker. That's if you don't know. I'm a ride maker. They mosh at my show. I'm a ride maker. And I come out bustin'. I'm a ride maker. Riot maker. I don't give a damn about nothing. Slide freaker. I'm a skyscraper.